Have you guys ever thought about getting a hair transplant in Turkey, but you had too many questions like, what's the pricing? Is it too expensive? Is there going to be a language barrier? Well, you're in luck, because in this video, I'm going to be going through the start to finish experience of myself getting a hair transplant in Turkey. As you guys can see, this is what my hair looks like right now. Not the best, not gonna lie. So if you're in this kind of position and are just curious, like I said, I'm gonna be going through start to finish to help you guys make your own decision on if it'll make sense for you to get a hair transplant yourself in Turkey. Alright guys, so we're in the car now. We actually got the Wi-Fi password in case you guys are worried about the Wi-Fi itself. But we got Osman here. I've been struggling to say, I'm not gonna lie, but he's great. So much. But we're now here at Now Hair Time, and let's get to it. They want you to be nice and comfortable on this hour drive. It's an hour drive to the clinic from the airport itself. Now if you're worried about communicating with Now Hair Time to get to this point, because there's no Wi-Fi, I wouldn't worry about that at all. It's actually super easy. You just go to a highlighted neon sign that says Wi-Fi, you scan your passport in there, it gives you a password, and then you go into your phone to go on the Wi-Fi, you put in your passport number, and you take that printed out slip with the passport, the whole password that you get from the kiosk, and then you get your Wi-Fi to communicate with Now Hair Time to get you to this point. Again, it's very easy, nothing to worry about. So the language barrier really hasn't been an issue at all to this point. But with that being said, enjoy the rest of the video. I also wanted to highlight how well the communication and support is with Now Hair Time. They were able to answer all the questions I had leading up to the procedure, and now even after, making sure that I feel comfortable, asking me for update and progress pictures to ensure I'm having a great recovery and I get those great desired results. I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm completely jet lagged and exhausted, but hey, I guess that's gotta be expected when you're traveling to a whole new country and time zone. But I wanted to give you guys another update. They actually took me directly from the airport to get my blood drawn to ensure that they can perform the hair transplant procedure. But also, these are the accommodations that they set you up with. So if you get the package that I got, that included the 3-night stay, this is the room that they set you up with. Not too shabby. But also, something minor to point out is, in the United States, we utilize these charging ports. However, in Turkey, they do use a different charging port. So you're gonna need an adapter. So if you don't have one of these, bring one if you already didn't know. But luckily the guys downstairs set me up with one of these bad boys. So now I can charge my phone. But tomorrow, we're gonna be at the clinic. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. As a quick another update, as you can see, I just got back from the hospital. This is the fresh post-op. You can see I'm still bloody, trying to keep my head up so the swelling doesn't come down to my eyes. I also forgot my button-up shirt, but luckily enough, they were kind enough to provide one of these, and they just helped me pull it over so I wouldn't mess with the grafts. But I also got the aftercare products because I'm going to be taking real good care of my head for the next couple of weeks to ensure a great recovery and hopefully great results. All right, so Obviously, I look pretty butchered up, got the wraps on, but they gave me this cushion, so you'll have this cushion with the gauze on top of it, so it's like a neck pillow, so you're not resting on those grafts. But yeah, definitely one hell of a look right now. So obviously, pretty much look like Frankenstein right now, and that means I'm not gonna be going out and dying, let's just say that. So I'm gonna be looking at what they got for room cert. Do they have a continental breakfast?
The garçon. Admission for the continental breakfast.
You can just help yourself, sir.
Interesting. European style.
So I'm not sure if this is just the hotel thing or a turkey thing, but I was opening this door right here. I was like, shit, I think I broke the door already. So I open it, so I turn it, and I go to pull it, and then it starts going back like that. And I'm like, what the? So I thought maybe I broke the hinges, but I guess the door opens on a decline like that. But I don't know, maybe one of you guys out there can explain to me structurally why they would do that. But luckily I didn't break the door because you could just close this. Boom. So I went with a salmon that came with salt and pepper, but not going to be putting any of that on there because it's supposed to not have anything salty or spicy. So this should do the trick, but also got my medications. So we're moving right along. Alright, so it's post-op day, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I've gotten maybe 2-3 hours of sleep. It's been tough, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think a lot of people talk about this part of the hair transplant procedure, but when you're trying to sleep, trying to protect these grafts, it can be tough because your neck is all jacked up from the pillow, the neck cushion, and then you're also having to deal with coming out of the hospital and people staring at you like you're a monster or something, because obviously this is not normal. And then you're also walking around not understanding anyone, so there's this lonely factor in there, just being brutally honest. So it really does test your mental fortitude, but at the end of the day, it's the price to pay, and I really think it's going to be worth it. But I did want to provide just another update post-op. Just got back from the clinic yet again. As you can tell, got this bloody mess pretty much cleaned up for the most part. But like I showed you guys in the previous clip, the gauze was full of the fluids that leaked into it along with the blood from the surgery itself. But also I got to meet some really cool guys in the lobby before going to the clinic itself. And they were also, of course, getting the hair transplants. And I'd highly recommend, if you do see any other gentlemen that have the hair transplant or are getting that, if they look approachable, just go up to them and chat with them. And it'll most likely make you feel better because it's a hard process and it's a lot to go through. So just chatting with other people of the same process, going through the same thing, it really gives you a little bit of a boost. So that's what I feel right now through everything so far. So the first night, that was brutal, but getting to speak to them was definitely a little boost. Also, I want to show you guys the aftercare products that they did set me up with. So this is the standard that you get with any package. This is the higher package. They give you all the shampoos, the serums, all that with the multivitamins. And then there's also, they gave me an Istanbul, or it's like a Turkish delight. So I'm not quite sure what this is, but excited to try. Just can't try it right now because you're not supposed to eat anything sweet, salty, or spicy. So hold on to this. But of course, they give you all the medications that they outline of how to utilize those when, and then all the do's and don'ts. So everything has been very thorough in the process, and I have no complaints. Very happy with the whole entire process. To help prepare you guys, I highly recommend bringing something to keep you busy post-op, since you'll have a lot of downtime. Bring a book, bring a freaking Game Boy, anything to keep you out of your head and avoid too much boredom. Since you're putting your body through this procedure, you should be resting
and you're also not supposed to be going out touring Turkey since you're not supposed to be out in direct sunlight. So this is something I highly recommend keeping in mind to help your process go more smoothly. Just got my first PRP session done here in New York City, actually in Central Park right now. It was a couple blocks away, so I said, why not? Might as well check out the scenes. But I highly recommend getting the PRP. My buddy got it done, who actually recommended Now Hair Time in the beginning, and he had a full bald spot on the back of his head, and now with just the PRP alone, it actually helped bring back like all the hair. He's got a full head of hair back there. So it is an investment, but I mean, you already are in it this deep with the hair transplant. Why shortcut it? Just go all the way at this point and get the full results. So based off of my buddy, I'd highly recommend getting it done, but I'll keep you guys updated along the way. So make sure you subscribe, because you'll see my head in the videos to come, but I'll do an official update in a couple months as well. So stay tuned. Alright, so I had to film this spot. I can't remember, it was like how many years ago, but I was doing a backflip, like a backflip video in this area, and there was like a marathon going on, and I went to do a backflip, and someone yelled right as I was about to do a backflip, and I landed on my head, and I'm pretty sure I got the worst concussion I've ever got in my life, and sucked it up and continued to do the backflips for the rest of the video until nighttime, which, as you can see in this clip right here. Alright, so we've made it to the end of the video where I'm going to show you the little bit of progression that has been made. Keep in mind, it's not a lot because it's only been 30 days, but in the first 3 months, you're actually going to see a regression where the hair sheds and then comes back stronger. So you're actually gonna see me losing hair in these following clips. But I also wanted to show you the packages. These are the packages that Now Hair Time offers at the time of this filming. Make sure you subscribe, because I'm gonna be posting a 6-month and a 12-month update of my hair transplant from Turkey with Now Hair Time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day.
You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump, 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 jump.